So this month's Word Room, glad you can join us again. And this week I'm joined by a great friend of mine, Andy.
Thanks, Steve.
The word today is a fabulous word. It's the word atmosphere. Now, one of the reasons I've got Andy here is because one of the great loves of our life is football. And the two teams that we support, Liverpool and Newcastle, each week gather over 100,000 people between St James's Park and Anfield. And one thing we both love about that is the atmosphere that's created. However, not here today to talk about football as much as I'd love to. We're here to talk about atmosphere and what effect it has upon your life. So Andy, what I was thinking was, as I read Genesis and the account of creation and all that went on there, it seems to me as though God created an atmosphere before he put people on the earth, which suggests to me that he wanted an atmosphere in which people could develop and thrive and grow as human beings. Am I sort of somewhere on line with that there?
You're pretty much bang on. If you have a look at, you can look at it at two levels, on a local level and a macro level, a big level. So a local level, you have the constituents of the atmosphere, which allow us to breathe,
right,
healthily or otherwise. Obviously, if you have a polluted environment, that affects your ability to breathe, affects your ability to move in some cases, because it affects your lungs, affects other parts of your body. So it's important locally to have good atmosphere. And then on a macro level, if you have a look at the way that the whole atmosphere around the whole of the Earth works, if you imagine it more as a liquid than a gas, it's a liquid. Scientists work on weather patterns as if they were a liquid. That atmosphere protects us from high energy radiation from the sun. The atmosphere protects us, and it also works to regulate itself around the Earth. So it will move heat, it will move moisture, it will move pollutants out of one area to another, and kind of self-regulate itself over time.
So if I pick up the three sort of key components there, atmosphere helps us to breathe, it protects, and it regulates. Wow. Because what I was thinking was, if we are going to thrive as human beings, we probably need then, in a slightly different way, to be careful about the atmosphere that surrounds our lives. I'm talking on a more individual, personal level now. This is what I read in the Bible, Andy, and I think it sums up something what I'm thinking, and you've summed it up beautifully. This is what Paul said to the Philippian Christians, amongst many other things. He said, the things I think you ought to think about, surround your life with, are these, and I've sort of listed them. Things that are noble, things that are reputable, authentic, things that are compelling and gracious, the best, not the worst, the beautiful, not the ugly, things to praise, not things to curse. Philippians 4 verse 8, you can read various versions of that. But if I'm reading it right, Andy, I think what Paul is trying to say to us, particularly as Christians, if you want to live a wholesome, fruitful life, then they are the sort of things that you've got to sort of let into your world. That they will help protect, they will in a sense regulate. They'll allow you almost to breathe the good air that God has given, rather than polluting our mind with bad things, watching stuff that's detrimental to our well-being. I think we've got the connection there. Does that sound?
That's bang on for me. If you surround yourself with poisonous things in terms of the atmosphere, it's going to poison you. So this is, and in some cases you have to get out of that atmosphere to something that's going to help you grow and breathe easier and live better.
That's just fantastic. So I need to ask you then, so what atmosphere do you live in? What sort of diet, not just in a food sense, what's your daily diet in terms of what you bring in through your ears, through what you watch, through what you just that whole sensual activity with the world around. Listen to these words. They go back quite a way, but more famously, Margaret Thatcher said them at one of her great election victories. She said this: watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, because they become your actions. Watch your actions, because they become your habits. Watch your habits, because they become your character. Watch your character, because it is your destiny. Good words.
Good words.
Good words to live by. Don't forget, this month the word is atmosphere. Keep a good atmosphere around your life. Don't just exist, live. That's what Jesus wants you to do. See you next month.